Good morning. Today I'm going to give it a go making a video when running. It is currently 12 minutes past 7 in the morning, so I'm going to record a little video of me running to work. I'm out for a little 5k today. Legs seem to hold alright. I'm just walking for 5 minutes because I've just had a little warm up of me calf. See if it continues to help, because I don't want to just go straight into it. I'll see how it goes. Might be good, might just be me bouncing around and it being really unflattering. Who knows? So, as I say, this is just a test to see what I look like when I'm running. Try and get used to it. Oh, hang on. Because it might wait, it might not. Be interesting to see if my face jiggles up and down and all that sort of stuff. I think as well, a lot of time I'm going runs, I'm by myself, so I'm not talking as much, so I need to get used to running and talking. Mornings like this where I'm still half asleep because I stayed awake to watch the last 3 episodes of Andor last night, which is very good. I recommend it. So I gotta get used to the whole talking thing when I'm running, and I kinda need fucking hell, out of breath already. So one of the things that's been suggested, hang on, forgot to turn the music off. It's just like getting like one of them confused sports commentators. So one of the things that's been suggested by my daughter, my eldest daughter, I think she's doing some kind of what's it called, TikTok thing now for the channel as well. I was interested the other day. I said some weird Chinese spies on the watch me jiggling around, go for it. Anyway, yeah, she reckons that might inspire somebody, might just get someone to do something, so I should talk about a little bit of my journey. So I'm trying to think about how to word that, and then I'll get back to you. So, I'll get on to the other stuff. So I'll tell a little story that always reminds me of this road, right? My friend Jonathan calls this the Yellow Brick Road. Doesn't look very yellow, but on a sunny day it does, and it just kicks up the yellow dust, something mad, especially on a windy day. And you end up choking quite a bit, of honest. But once, I think, I want to say 2019 maybe, I got a bit of a nasty injury to my plantar. It snapped during a Gateshead Park run. Just felt a ping about 10 yards from the end. Very fun, as I'm sure you can imagine. But best run back was this on here. It was the Cockroach in 5k. I think it was run by Journal and Heaven Athletics Club or whatever they're called. Either way, it was good. It was fun. Started off quite well, but by the end I could feel it a little bit. So yeah, I was doing the run along here. Started well, but I could still kind of feel it a bit, so I knew I couldn't give it, like, as to say, the full beans. So kind of mid-pack most of the way, but by the end of it I was like in the last 5, because I was running not much faster than walking pace, if I'm honest. I just didn't want to risk doing it. Actually, no, it would have been 2018, because it was the lead up to my first Great North Run. And I was doing it for Maggie's. So I'm not crying, it's not that emotional. It's just dust in my eyes. So yeah, so we had that going on. Hello, dog. So we had that going on here. And that was in the back of my mind. Didn't want to push it too far because I didn't want to ruin that. I'd already raised some money for charity. It's one of them weird ones. But as I was running around, there's some decent graffiti in these images. Got a bit of Bowser, one of the plants scenario. What's that say? Very pretty anyway. But yeah, I was running around this course, and I think it's about half a mile from the end. The guy who was previously asked for this, I was penultimately asked for this last time, at this point rather, and he kind of just passed us, and it was such a check to the ego, because it's a very awkward one of, yeah, I know I can catch up this guy and get past him, but that risks injury and that is everything up. But and I don't know if it's runner's ego or male ego or whatever you want to call it, but it was like that because it was really difficult thing in my head, having this argument of I can get past this guy and probably a couple others, because even then I was 21.5 stone, maybe 22 stone. I'm still just fresh out of rugby, so still relatively fast compared to a lot of people my size anyway. So it was, anyway, it was just a bit of an ego check, but I did the right thing, and I didn't go for it. I just kind of went, you know what, it's not that important at the end of the day, although it is still like 7 years later, I still think about it, so I must report it a little bit. But the thing that I do regret, and it was a lesson at that point, because that was the first time I'd ever done a paid race where I hadn't got a medal. Up to that point, I genuinely just assumed every paid race there's a photographer and a medal. I think in this case it was just a case of raising a bit of money for the club, which again was fine, but another one of them life experience things, I suppose. But yeah, I did enjoy the run, and I'm sorry, a bit hotline pervert, but as I say, getting used to running and talking. Best part is I'm not even going that fast. It's just the talking. Maybe my vest's too tight. My sports bra. Ooh, exciting stuff. Just started to get some stones out my shoe, and basically I'm not in any mad rush to get to work. Got a bit of time. But yeah, we'll talk about running vests and such things. Now, there's two different podcasts has been mentioned this week. There was the Runners Connect podcast with Keely, Scott, Freddie, and sorry for the other guy, can't remember your name, but I know he's fast and I know he's good. Just can't remember his name. I think it's because he's the only one I ever met. And there was the Parent and Health podcast. Kirsten was telling me that they were covering a similar subject on that as well, about almost like running culture people creating a weird atmosphere, and I don't know if it's just people just generally a bit negative, but I've never had a bad experience in the running community. Everyone's always been very nice to us. Even years ago when I did run a cleat wasn't very fit for, or even in shape for, everyone was super nice to us, and it's always been the same way, if I'm honest. Never had an issue, everyone's always been lovely and encouraging. But I think that Freddie covered was about marathons and things like that. Like in the old days, you used to say I've done a marathon or even a 10k, I suppose. Yeah, and I was like, oh, well done. Now I'm glad you put in all that effort and all that sort of stuff. Now it's how fast did you go? And if it's not fast enough by their standards, they're a bit snobbish about it. Or at least online. very nice face to face. If I'm honest, pretty much everyone I've done has always been for fun. Hello dog, why are you eating the horse shit? Hello. Oh, I don't want to stroke you, covered in dog shit, horse shit. Where's your owner? Are you deaf? Is your owner deaf? Oh. Hang on, I'll see if I can find his dog's owner anyway. We found the dog owners. Apparently he's always going around eating shit. So, if you ever meet that dog in the flesh, seems a very friendly dog, but maybe don't let him lick your face. Oh, little technical trail section. Woohoo! Crazy times. No cars. Yeah. But it's not about when it's time. I think when you can do stuff, you don't really want people that say, oh, no, well done, and kiss your arse and all that sort of stuff. But I think maybe not well done, because you're putting the effort in, it is hard work. You know, if you do like a marathon or an ultra marathon or whatever, if you're doing it, you know, you put some thought in and it's some sort of effort. But these are generally the same people who are like, oh, you're such a running bore, but little posts take 17 pictures a week of different pints of beer. Oh, look at me, I'm in a beer, I'm sorry, I'm in an airport and I'm having a pint of beer. Oh, crazy times. Well, yeah, but it does tie me back into the whole run and vest thing, where admittedly I don't wear this run and vest very often. It's very practical for when I'm running at work, because I've got some work stuff in it, like a pass to get in. Me honest, in case, you know, my car goes again, I might have to get the metro or whatever. But I don't know, there seems to be this kind of like, oh, look at her, oh, look at him, he's doing that 5k and he's wearing a vest, what's doing that for? And the answer is, because they fucking want to. They're doing the run. They can do it as slow as they want, they can do it as fast as they want, they can do it wearing a backpack, they could do it with Yoda on the back as far as I'm concerned. Point is, they're getting out there, they're doing something, and they're doing something they enjoy, and much like most of the internet, fuck your opinions on anything, it doesn't fucking matter. But because of the social media age that we live in these days, everyone thinks their opinion is the most important thing in the world. I've been guilty of it in the past. I think it almost like played a clicked in my head about 10 years ago, because it was just somebody who was like, oh, I can't remember, something that like, I'm watching Britain's Got Talent, or you know, I'm listening to The Lost Prophets, and you'd be on there going like, oh, that's shit. Happens, still happens, people have those opinions. Truth is, it doesn't matter. You support, you enjoy Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, fucking masturbating with a belt round your neck. Well, you do you. As long as it's not affect anybody else, who gives a fuck? If you're watching this and you're running to your corner shop and you want to wear a vest, you do you. That's what I say. If you're one of those people who think my opinion is so vitally important that I need to comment on this person wearing a vest, or how fast or slow they're on the run, then heartfelt, go fuck yourself, because I can be mid-pack, I can be at the back of the pack. If I'm enjoying the run, it's all that matters. There's been some runs I've done where I've been very slow, but really enjoyed it, because I've stopped to appreciate the sights. Yeah, get that run over with and then we'll get back to where we were. So before we get to some of the more urban parts where you'll probably not be able to hear me, because I am quite softly spoken, and I'm out of breath, so yeah, there's not much air coming out. To do with my journey. Now, when my daughter was talking about me going, or talking about my journey, I'm not sure quite what she meant. It was quite vague, but at the same time, I'm not willing to give my autobiography rights away quite yet. Maybe, 10 years time, like, oh, we were gonna make that film about Phil, but he already fucking talked about himself so much. Let's just replace him with a chimp. That'd be good. Just so you know, I did enjoy the film better, man. I wasn't an insult too badly. Did think it was a weird choice though. What? Again, much like I said before, it's a choice. Didn't take away from the film. I think I probably forgot he was a monkey after 2 minutes, if I'm honest. Right. Anyway, I've talked shit, so now I'm in a bit of a more urban area, so I'll stop. I'm trying to respect people's privacy as well. There's also a lot of school kids around, and you don't want the reputation of filming them. So I'm currently in Pilo. Might get drawn up by a few cars. I'm just looking to turn down right so I can head a bit more towards the river. Oh, they're pretty. Try down here. It goes downhill, so it's probably the right way. Anyway, I was talking about my journey. For now, I'll stick to my running journey. I might go into another subject another day. But I think I'm 46 now. When I was 39, yeah, no, actually, probably 38 by the time the whole thing actually started. I was in Newcastle, did a Great North Run. I'm not really interested in running at all. And I think I was at the cinema, City World, at the gate, because Kirsty wanted to go see the runners. I think maybe the ends are like 6 months and 8 years or 2 or something at this point. I went to see it, had no interest, I just thought to dump it in. All the roads are closed, got the metal through there. And on the way back, enjoyed the film. On the way back, there was just some people who'd done the run. And a spark popped in my little head. You should do that before you turn 40. So, signed up when I turned 39, got a month after that. Did a bit of training here and there, but I did a bit of training here and there. Didn't do much. I think it would have been about April 2019, maybe 2018. They're all merged together, if I'm honest. There was a course, like a little training thing going with Washington Running Club, and we lived in Washington at the time. I mean, moved out from Washington about 2 weeks later, but when I signed up for it was just a couch to 5k. I never heard of couch to 5k at that point. But I kind of looked it up and it seemed fine. It's like, right, I'll give it a go. It's better than the current nothing other, the 2 mile run walk I was doing every few weeks. Laughable now when I think about it, how poorly structured that training was. But you live and learn. So yeah, I did that with them. Absolutely loved it. I think part of it was to do with all the people that were at the running club. They were all dead canny. Built a 5k, I think it was a week before my graduation. I thought I could do this, I can run better than this, so I did a longer run. Then on the Saturday, the first ever park run, the gate said Saltwell, but the official one that we were graduating from was Chesley Street the week after was Riverside, which is probably the nearest one to Washington. So I kind of knew what to do at that point. At that point, kind of like you're thinking, I think I had like 3 months to get from 5k to half marathon. So just continue the training. Given the fact that we moved to Hebden at that point, to work on long hours, it was practically impossible to get to Washington train, but still stayed in contact with them, still gave me some training tips. Did a few little runs on the side with them, but yeah, it was good. can't speak here highly enough of them. They were all lovely. I think a little bit further down the line, did the Nuneaton 10K rather, which was a bit of an eye opener. I think it was a 9.5k uphill. At least that's what it felt like, and then a little bit downhill. Again, with me being quite heavy and slow. It's just me and some other woman at the back. I think everybody had been finished by about 20 minutes at that point. But, you know, got chatting, so we talked about the running community. We were all very nice and friendly to each other. But yeah, then kind of got to the Great North Run. Obviously had that little injury, but it got away by then. But it did have the run, but not sure how much of a difference it would have made anyway, because running half marathon when you're like 21 stone is not great. So yeah, did that. So I remember finishing the Great North Run, and I was really frustrated because I probably walked about 2 miles of it in total. But as I got the medal, and I remember me and Kirsty just went to the pub for a pint, a rare thing, and it was just a bit awkward, and I felt like I hadn't earned this medal, and I had a very different opinion on what running a marathon should be, because every 5k I'd done where there's medals involved, I think I'd ran the whole thing, there'd been no walking, so I kind of felt the same with the half marathon. Kind of learned a little bit after that, you know, if you need a walking break, have a walking break, it's not the end of the world. But it was like, no, I need to be able to run a whole half marathon. Then COVID came. I think it was a lot of working from home and such things, and because that happened, probably put on a little bit more weight. It's really hard to do stuff because you could go out a little bit, but I lost a bit of interest in running. But I had done little bits of bobs of it and things like that. I'd signed up for the Great North Run. Actually, I'd signed up for the Manchester half marathon at that point, but it had to be done virtually. And I remember doing it, but I just got up one morning and had the little run, but I think it was like 3 hours 30 by the time I finished, because I had walked quite a bit of it. But then I was like, I was struggling with it. I had many different diets and things like that, not working. So skip forward a few years, done bits of running here and there, never really took it that seriously. But the heavier I was, the more impact it was having on my knees and stuff as well, so I was just wasn't really enjoying it. I think at New Year's Day one year as well, twisted me out in a pothole, and I think it would take about 5 or 6 months just to heal properly. And when these things happen, your fitness goes right down, and you're just not as interested anymore. I did want to get into it again, so again, dipping in and out, did that Great North Run where it was just the out and back one, first after COVID. I think it was the 40th one, where I can't remember what the t-shirt says. And I know they were doing virtual runs and stuff like that, but it just wasn't the same.